Alright, we're back with a tour review, and as is with many previous Novembers, it's pretty good. It's weird, but it's pretty good. We're going to start with something that every single person around me who has given an opinion on it does not like, which I think is really funny. This is the Calico Cat Puppet by Folkmantis. Folkmantis. It's terrible. And it sheds everywhere. Now, this is really rare. When it's on, it's usually expensive. I got this for like 30-something. But I don't know. Something's a bit off. Is it too realistic? Is it not realistic enough? Is it just that it gets hair everywhere? It's definitely that it gets hair everywhere. That's not even a question. It's kind of annoying to operate, but it can be done. Many people near me have given their opinions on this. My mom doesn't like it. Ringo doesn't like it. Will doesn't like it. I can't confirm for George, my dad, and my grandparents, but that about covers it. But it was still worth it. I guess I'm glad I got it. I don't think I'm going to find it for cheaper, so it is what it is. I'll film it eventually, I guess. It's done on white and not black. I don't know. As you can see, we're back on black. So things that should be filmed on black will be filmed on black, and there's many things about to come that should be filmed on black. Technically, this is one of them. This is I don't even know. This is what is apparently a Dolphins Go Round by an unknown company who I still think is Kittyland. It like half works. There's not a water supply here, and I'm not about to ruin the house and get water, but it's supposed to make the wheel turn. I know when I tested it, if you tilted it like a little bit this way, it worked. But if you did it straight, it didn't really do anything. So I don't know how I'm going to go about filming this. I will need the house to myself, which hasn't happened in a while, to manage everything because I will look like a crazy person if I do it with people home. And justifiably so. I had to actually take out a part in it to make it work a little better. There was supposed to be a little stopper thing in here. I had to crack it, so now it just works. Because I have no use for that, and it was just kind of hindering what I wanted to do to fix the toy, and I kind of did. I just noticed there's a little triangle on this front part. I don't know what that does. So, I don't know what the story with this is. One thing is that most people are not going to think these are dolphins. They just look like fish. And that's okay, because they're right. I had to glue this part of the wheel. It separated a bit. Because the plastic on this is like the cheapest plastic I've ever seen. And that's a low bar. So, yeah. And then this part, you're supposed to put water in it and then pour it in. Which would be great if I was actively taking baths. I am not. So, sorry. Oh, but yeah, this was in the France order. It wasn't even the best thing in there. It was probably the third best thing, in my personal opinion. We'll get to the second best in a little while. We'll get to the best in a while. Alright, we've got some liquid timers on black, so it's useless. Here's this one. This is just the generic 2-wheel curved. These are really, really common models right now. And then we've also got the equivalent of the Beethoven spiral timer. It's shorter and it's obviously modern, which is usually, you can tell by the translucent blue caps. The old ones have just like solid. But it still works really well. These both came from Earthbound Trading while I was on vacation in Sedona. So if you go to Earthbound, you can probably get these too. Actually, I have this one already. I don't know if I've ever filmed it. I think I have on white. But I was there and I figured I'd ask people if they wanted it, and someone said they wanted it, so probably still on my old one. Or maybe just give it to them. I don't know. But regardless, it works really nice. The consistent stream of small blobs is exactly what you want in a liquid timer. And, you know, yes, these will probably evaporate in like a year or two, but they're fun for now. All right. Let's move these over here. Okay, here's an interesting one. This is the Musical Land. And this actually came from China. This is Japanese made, it's a Shiguro. But it came from China off AliExpress. Someone had said, oh, hey, I got this off AliExpress, so you can do it too. And so I did, and yeah, it was good. It was like $35 total. I had a coupon. You offer a lot of those. It came with a box. The box is pretty boring, but there is, one little thing to show. Musical Land. 1280 Ishiguro. And then a couple things on the bottom in either Chinese or Japanese. I can't fully tell. Maybe a mix of both. Looks like mostly Chinese. Yeah, box is boring. I don't know if I'll keep it. But I wanted to at least show it here. Now let's wind it up. I would assume that the sign here is in Japanese, because I don't know why it would be in Chinese. And then on the bottom it says Musical Land. Now I had an off-brand version of this with 5 planes, different color, worked way slower. This is a lot better. The colors are nicer, it spins faster, it's just better. And you can get it too if you look on AliExpress. I don't know what it's under actually, I know it doesn't mention Ishiguro. Something plain music box, I don't know. They had like all different models of them too, but some are kind of expensive. This one was not, luckily. So, highly, highly recommend. I don't know if my phone's just bad. It looks like out of focus. I don't think it is. Nah, I think it's just like there's some gunk on it. Alright, well that's the Musical Land. Happy to get it. Will be filmed soon. One of the first things you'll probably see in the next couple weeks. I have just been constantly busy at the times where I film. But my semester of college ends in 2 days, so that will be done very soon. And then hopefully later in the month, more things will happen. Some Christmas stuff to film. Alright, this is one of the few things from the international packages in here. We're just going to go ahead and show water fun again, and the reason I'm doing this is because I don't think I'm going to film it, so I figured I want to show it in somewhere that's not a stream. Yeah, I don't know. You got water fun, 3+ all ages. It's Der Grünpunkt, my favorite BE brand, the green dot. The Sad Onion and Wind Up, which I feel like I recognize this logo. I feel like it was on my Wind Up wheel, but actually the wheel box is over there. I don't feel like getting it. Anyways, on the back you got more logos and shit. I'll have to look into this importer. I'll remind myself when I watch this video later. Don't know what the story with this is, but we'll go ahead and take it out and compare with the actual one. This is not new. Here are the differences. The arms are bigger. He's been working out. He has not. He's also been on some sort of drugs, and he has not. And then this is an actual wind-up toy. This one, you squeeze the legs, and it feels like you're breaking them all the time, which is really annoying. Yeah. And then this one, you just wind it up, and it's a lot easier. So, don't know what the story of this is. I remember when I met the creator of Z Wind-Ups, Mark Dinges, in like 2017, which I wish I met him in a time where I wasn't stupid. I brought a little bootleg wind-up toy that was a Z Wind-Up bootleg into him and asked what the story was, and I think he told me something about it's just like the contracts they sign with the Chinese manufacturers, like their toys are made in China, so that same factory makes other versions with those same molds to sell locally without a contract. So some bootlegs are not actually bootlegs, but this, I think, is an exception. It's got the logo Dasini. Not the logo, but the text. I don't know who that is. If they make water or not. But, yeah, very, very weird. I'll probably keep this in the packaging because I don't have any reason not to. If you would get back in the packaging, thank you. Alright, and that is that. I'll go ahead and put the seal back. He is not for this video, but he needed to be shown for comparison. Here's a funny one. Butterfly headband from Van Gogh. Now, I've told myself that I'm only mildly interested in headbands. I have 3 of the BE ones by now. A lot of them are unfound, so obviously I get rare things, and they are rare, so I would get them. But I don't really go out of my way for any of them. I got the reindeer because it was cheap. I got the sunflower because it was really cheap, and I had a Poshmark discount. And I got this one because it's actually kind of interesting since it's a Van Gogh toy. Colors are nice. It just stands out a bit from the other ones that are like, oh, wow, the elephant from Noah. Ooh, exciting. So this little piece sticks out. It's like bent. It's annoying, but I don't really care. I'm not going to film this. This is the extent of its filming. I'll put it on white. Or not white. I'll put it on this black so you can get a better view of it and take a nice picture before it leaves forever now. It was on eBay. I want to thank Dreamy Einstein for sending me it. It came with a generic reindeer headband, which is now with the Christmas decor, and a Disney princess, birthday princess tiara, which I ended up giving to my grandma's caregiver because she has a 4-year-old daughter. Which is funny because I was joking about that at first, and then I remember she has a 4-year-old daughter, so I just, we actually hit it off. She came over here, saw all the stuff. I've showed a lot of people the tour of the house, and no one has ever really cared as much as she did, so I appreciate that. She could also be watching this. There's a slight chance, because she went on my YouTube. Which I guess I endorse. But yeah, butterfly headband, it's decent. The only other headband I'm going to specifically look out for is the duck from Van Gogh. I've said it before, I kind of want that. He looks really silly, and it's just like, I don't know, something sticks out. You know, just like this part of the butterfly. Anyways, that's enough. Totally get why you would not want headbands. Very understandable. I will not be putting it on. I did take a great picture of Ringo with it, though. I did it. He did it with the other headbands, too, but this one was a lot better, frankly. Alright, now we've got Big Voyage. I got this from a thrift store in 2023. It had none of the guys in it. But this one was on eBay. It had the guys. It was for a bid for $8. I offered $18 when it started. They ignored me. Then I got it for $8. So who's the loser now? Not me, because I paid $8 and not $85. So it's got the figures. I was very confused at first because I tried to color code them. So this one would go in here, this one would go in here, and this one would go in here, and that was not correct. But I really think it should be. I don't like the mismatch. Stupid. So I have retired the white background for now. I've moved the lights over, so whatever has not been filmed on white will have to wait a while because I got some stuff to film on black. All right, we're about the halfway point, so let's take an intermission to review this thrift store item. It's a wind spinner, it's a bee, and a spiral. I have a couple things like this. It came from Flagstaff. I got that stacking hen from Brandy Baby the same day, but I sold that. It's solid, although I think I just now noticed that the little thing at the bottom is definitely, like, cracked. But, oh well. Anything that's spiral and hangs is good with me. That explains why the spiral congressman was wanted. Alright, let's move the big voyage out of the way. We can take a voyage. Alright, let's do 2 things that kind of go together. We got the rolling snail and the rolling ladybug. Now, I got the small version of this in Poland, but I sold it, even though the agreement with the person entails them buying something from the France order that's coming soon, so it's still in my house. I just didn't review it. But this came from France. This came from Poland. These are both made by the same people as the rolling turtle, Tarnawa. And they're very nice. I remember when I first got the rolling turtle, I was so shocked that the large version was this small, but now seeing the small version of the snail, wow. I like them a lot. I will collect them. I will collect as many of them as I can. Uh, just cause storage low, tap to manage. Oh, fuck off. Alright, that's too edgy. That's like swearing for the purposes of swearing. Swearing needs to be done at necessity. It should not be the default. If you swear too much, it ends up meaning nothing. So when you say fuck about something significant, it's not all significant since you always say it for something insignificant. So you need to manage your swearing, although I do need to manage my storage too. Give me 1 sec. Alright, that should help remove 2 videos for a school project that were a gigabyte. Anyways, rolling ladybug. Looks like a red soccer ball. I have a soccer ball in the other room that looks like this that I got when I was a baby. Rolling snail is like an Easter type thing. It would go very good with the Easter decor when that happens in a few months. I don't know why the rolling ladybug's head is like tilting the wrong way. It's not straight. I don't like that. But whatever. They are very nice. Glad to have them. And they will go back in their places shortly. Alright, a few things left. We got this boring liquid timer that does nothing. And also the triple loose. These are marketplace. I kind of impulse asked on them. And the triple loose is a weird color combo. It's like yellow, purple, and green. It's a bit hard to see on black, but you can kind of get it. It's really, really close to this, which is yellow, blue, and mystery color. This came from the France order like a month or so ago, so it shouldn't be in this video, but it still is. And I kind of didn't realize how similar they were, but I'm going to be keeping this one and selling this one. I don't know what they count for. I know they kind of match up with like Beethoven, but not totally. But simply put, it's probably never a good idea to pass up on a cheap triple loose. So I'll be selling one of these for not that much. I said one of these if I didn't know which one I'm selling. It's this one I just said. I don't know if it'll go on eBay or be direct or whatever, but yeah. Also, same for the big voyage without animals, which will not be very expensive wherever I sell it because it's without animals. And in a bin I need to dig out, actually. So yeah, triple looses are fun. And this one came with it, and that's just great. Alright, we got this. I did not ask for this, but I got it, and I like it. This is, I think by shilling, it's an elephant on a bike, and I got it from my aunt, who has actually in the past gotten me some of the worst gifts I've ever seen. Like a little Hawaiian hula girl keychain. Legos over and over again, even though I never liked Legos. A Beanie Boo in the year of our Lord 2023. List goes on, but she got me this, and this is very cool. You're going to actually see it in Crazy Croc Alex's upcoming video, Baby Barnum, I think. I haven't fully paid attention to it, but that's from what I'm aware of. And, yeah. This was technically for my birthday, and I appreciate it very much, so I want to thank Aunt Tracy for a change. Because this is a very nice gift. I would not have really targeted this myself, but now that I have it, I'm happy to have it. It doesn't work great on the velvet, but one thing about it, it is not very loud, which is good for these tin wind-ups, because that's kind of a rarity. I think the Stealth Zeppelin, I forgot if the Stealth Zeppelin was like super loud or super quiet. I haven't used it in a while. But it kind of runs the same as it. Alright, so that's that. Now we've got the 3 most interesting things in the video. Okay, dim the lights. Oh, I just realized I forgot something terrible I'm going to show in a second. Alright, this is the colored atom. I zoomed a little too far. There we go. You can see on the right the handful of things I haven't sold. That's where they go. And if they don't fit in that little spot between the couch, then I'm doing something wrong. Anyways, this came from an auction. It came with a Silver Cosmos and a big Silver Jupiter, not the Bach one, the bigger one, which I sold to someone who collects kinetics. And this is really, really fucking cool. I have the weird blue, pink, yellow version from Italy, but this is a level above. I like it a lot more. It actually works better too. The Italy one, the magnet setup is weird and it has to go really fast to work. But this doesn't, and that's good. It came with it came with a bunch of shit. It came with like a bag, a calculator, a container of ammo. It also came with like these little desk fidget metal puzzle things that I forgot to bring. But it also came with one thing that I actually didn't have them put in. They took the rest of the stuff out, and I thought they took this out too. But I was given a surprise when it came. This anonymous Skyfox mask. Yeah, didn't want it, but it came with it. And I guess that's for the best. I will not be putting it on camera. I have put it on before, but it's very loose, actually. You can see a little tag at the top that's scrubbed off, and this little rubber thing that doesn't actually provide any support. Or it's foam, not rubber, excuse me. There's nothing big enough here for me to put it on as a joke. The closest is this. And that's not good. So, yeah, I'll be keeping this for the rest of my life. Very happy to have it. Best thing in the auction by far. But one thing about this, I'll film it soon for sure. It'll be one of the first things I film. But there are actually two versions. This is the version that DG has, the one that the two people who have it in the community, me and him, own. But the one in Lullaby Time is actually a teeny bit different. It's by Toysmith, and instead of this little blue-gray color with every third ball, as well as the bottom and top, it's just silver. And then the blue is also more of a deep blue. So there are some differences, and that one, I think, is exclusively distributed by Toysmith. This is going to be Golden Island, the one they did. So yeah, kind of interesting, but not really going to do anything about it because no one even has that one. So maybe when someone does get that one, which, good luck, it would change on the dock. But I don't know. I will also not be talking about any current events in this video. You can check the Poland stream for that. I covered everything I needed to, and I want to keep this video normal. So, I'm going to keep it normal. Alright, next, we got two more things. The camera keeps going brighter, I don't like that. Alright, we got the Tetratops. Now, I got these off Facebook, and I didn't have this yellow one, which is exact to Symphony number 3 in Beethoven, or this blue, which is basically the same as Symphony number 9. I think it's technically clear in there, which I actually did have, but it broke, and I don't know where the marbles are. I know I saved them. I think they're probably in the marble bin, which is actually right below this set, but I don't feel like getting to it right now. And then this one, which is the same shape as Galileo, but clear marbles. I almost called them beads. That's wrong. So got them off Marketplace. Came with a bunch of them. Actually, let me grab the handful of the ones I have up on eBay. Yes, these are up on eBay. They're 30 each, and they come with a lot of cards. I'll show in a sec. Here are all the ones that are for sale. It's a bunch of them. I know a lot of people have these sets. They're the small ones. I have a lot of the big ones already, so I'm still keeping one of each because I didn't have any of these before. Well, actually, I think that's wrong. I think I already do have this one. I'll have to check, though. So I'll have to update the eBay listing to show that eventually. But the white and the blue are pretty easy to spin. We don't want to kill the white one. This one's kind of a pain because the marbles are super thin. So it only goes for a few seconds. You just kind of have to wing it and pray that it just decides to spin itself up. It's a bit of a pain, for sure. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to film it very well. But regardless, very, very cool. Let's show off the cards. Yes, they come with trading cards, and there's like a fucking 100 of them. This is after not sending out yet, but after taking a few sets out for people who have bought them. So there's just an absurd amount. You got Kuboctahedron. I saw this is the yellow one I just showed, Symphony number 3. This is for release, the light blue one, which only I have. This is Siffy number 9, exactly what I just showed, and this one is Galileo. This is the one on Galileo right here. The one I just showed is clear. So if you buy anything from me, Tetratops or not, which I will put the link to them on eBay in the description, I think the price is pretty reasonable for what they usually go for since they're not in packaging. But if you buy anything from me, regardless of what it is, you will receive a set of these 4 cards because I don't need all these. There's literally like probably 30 of each of them. It's ridiculous. I don't know how you even get all these. Because on paper, you would need to get like 50 to 100, I'm not sure how many come with each, Tetratops to get all these cards. So I wonder if the person I bought them from had that many and some of them broke. I don't know. Really weird regardless though, but these are little souvenirs for anyone who wants them. Obviously, if I had like a couple, maybe I would charge for them, but there are so many they become worthless, so they get to be free. Alright, and then the final thing, I will actually turn the camera over here. This is the blue Hoberman orbiter. Okay. This is the blue Hoberman orbiter. Now I have the rainbow one up there. Play a game of I Spy, see if you can see it. It doesn't work great, but it does work. But this one came from an auction. And this auction price was $1. Actually, the guy was confused if I even wanted to pay the pretty reasonable, like 20 bucks shipping for the item, since I only paid $1 for the item itself. Obviously, I did, so I let him know, and it came yesterday, or 2 days ago, excuse me. But it works really well. This is the one from Prodigy. They don't make it look very cool in there. Now, this is blacklight. It's blacklight reactive, both the base and this itself, but I don't really think it looks any cooler with the blacklight. I haven't tested it with other than a flashlight yet, with my real blacklights yet, so I can't say, but I've seen it, and I think just the regular blue color is cooler. Someone told me it looked like a snowflake, so I have it with the Christmas stuff, and no one has noticed yet. But it's really, really nice. It works perfectly. It does come with a box. I'm going to set it over there. Here's the box, and try and guess what search I did to find this in the first place. Because I'll give you a hint, it wasn't Hoberman. Yeah, I got to tell people I got the mini orbiter, and then it was this, which is still really cool and honestly just as rare, but no. Although I will say that the box reminds me of how the mini orbiter box looks, with like the text, the green text and the black background. So it comes from 2000, which makes sense. I kind of assumed that was when it was from. It's still so weird they call this the mini sphere orbiter, like, you know what you were doing. And I think the people who made the mini orbiter had some sort of part in making this, because the base is the same as some of the products they made, like the Techno Disc and the Spintrix. So, weird story. I don't know if this will be the closest thing to the mini orbiter I ever get, maybe for a while, but hopefully not forever. But either way, I'm really happy to have it. Definitely going to film this soon. Looks really, really nice on black. I don't know what frame rate my phone films in, so I'm not sure what frame rate will look better with this, if it's my usual 60 or if I should go to 30. But regardless, very nice. And that is going to be it, except for one thing I am going to show downstairs that will be edited into this video. However, I will do my standard goodbye message before I show that, so we'll cut to that after I say that. Upcoming plans, clips, very soon, I hope. I have more reason to film now. France order in about a week, I'd say. It's pretty good. Better than the Poland order, I'd say. It's bigger, it's got 19 things, but not like record-breaking. Just pretty solid. Probably still better than the Camerons, though. And then UK order after that. The UK order is going to be really, really good and weird, but good. It's going to be kind of historic in a way. And then Spain and another France a while after that. I'm still kind of working those out. But yeah, just kind of same things going on. gonna start the randomized toy videos in a few days once I end college. I want to get that done first. I don't have much to do though. So stay tuned for that tradition, which if you've been here since 2022 and been on Discord with me, they've been happening since then. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Enjoy the second part with the other thing. All right, here's the last thing I have to review today. This is the Rotary flashlight from the France package with the hollow wheel. Yes, that's a whole other story, but it's sold now. Can't review it. Stories in the stream and other videos, so just go for there. But this really, really cool light. It's like the Can You Imagine Eclipse Ecstasy light, whatever you want to call it. But it's a weird European version made by Nave. Came with the box, but was in bad condition, so I got some pics and threw it away. Had a little ring light in the middle that was pretty dim. Accidentally dropped and broke the ring light. So then I installed like a little color changing light that actually works with the remote. But sometimes it turns off. I don't know. I don't really totally get how it works. But it does work periodically. And it still spins really well. I'm really happy to have this. It does come with a stand, but I have it on the wall for more efficient space. And that is about it. We'll get clips of this soon. Hopefully the light can stay on for more than a minute. But yeah, that is all.